much like Halo, even in unfavorable conditions, these people are still going to present themselves as winners. It's the one negative thing. I disagree with a lot of people in the position that they have on a lot of the streaming services stuff. I welcome that decentralization. It allows people to pick and choose more so because no given platform will ever have enough material for you to consume it all. But yeah, if you are a consumer, then I could see where the bill will pile up if you're subscribed to every single subscription service. Nonetheless, it has unfortunately allowed a lot of people to muddy up numbers, to make things appear as if they are not what they are. And then, unfortunately, when they get to talking about it, they'll say something is a success when by what numbers, by what metrics. And often the numbers aren't even public. But here we have it officially. Ms. Marvel, according to CBR Access Media, is the highest critically rated Marvel show in history. The best Marvel show ever. Says CBR was speaking about the show for Kamala Harris Khan, also known as Miss Marvel, also known as Stretchy McGee. Best ever. Now, what are they basing that on, you may ask? Well, of course, they ain't basing that shit on the numbers. Considering that, well, Miss Marvel had the lowest numbers, opening numbers, according to various platforms in terms that are able to keep up with some sort of data in comparison to other Disney Plus shows. So you may wonder, okay, how is it doing worse than everything, but also how is it the best ever? Well, let's read. The latest Marvel series to hit Disney Plus, Ms. Marvel, has been a subject to several discussions ranging from its place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the diversity it greatly adds to the beloved franchise, and how well it is performing with the audiences. While the series did not initially perform well when it comes to viewership, yeah, no crap, Ms. Marvel has clearly won over the viewers it does have. The few that it does have, it's won them over. According to the review aggregate Rotten Tomatoes, critics overwhelmingly enjoy the show. It currently holds a critic score of 96%, the highest score ever among Marvel shows. That very much includes its Disney Plus predecessors, such as Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and Agent Carter. It's better than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's better than everything. It's better than Luke Cage. It's better than freaking Daredevil. It's better than everything. It's the best ever. Best show ever, according to the critics. Now, remind you, this is critics. I will go pull it up for reference points. Hold on. Because this is the critics. That does have a 96. Audience score is slightly lower, but it does have a 96%, meaning that that's the professional critics. So y'all need to understand these are generally the people that there's like one or two of them that are okay. The rest are access. So they only criticize something when it's okay to criticize it, okay? And it'll only be to a certain degree. But if you thought this instance or show that was specifically introduced to check boxes, I didn't make that up. That's what they said, okay? That's what they said, not me. They were the ones that hyper-emphasized the whole, oh, well, she's a Muslim and she's brown and all of this. That's what they highlighted, not me, okay? If you think that the critics were going to criticize that and risk being canceled by their peers, you're out of your mind. It didn't matter if it was the worst show in the world. It was always going to be favorable. or seen favorable among those people. But also, access media is access media. We've been through this before. There are very, very rarely do Marvel Cinematic Universe or Marvel Studios produce shows badly and poorly received by the professional critics. Rarely that is the case, especially as of recent. You can make the case earlier on, but now, if you look at all the Disney Plus shows, for the most part, all of those are fresh or whatever they call it on Rotten Tomatoes. Even if they're not that good, they're still presented by the professional critics as positive. Now, you got to put two and two together. You got to be like, okay, why is that the case? I think it's access. These guys get red carpet premieres. YouTubers are people that make a lot of their money, that review shows early, various websites. And that's where a lot of their monetization comes from. A lot of people don't understand that. Certainly with websites, right? Their monetization, their money, their livelihood in that case comes from them basically getting, if not the access altogether, but it early. Some people get it with the interviews and stuff. Other people get it with, again, just being able to access it or get invited to the red carpet premieres and all of that. And their entire bacon is resting upon this. If they have a bad relationship with the studios, that goes away. So this is why there's so few access media types, especially with a lot of these blockbuster films. Access media types, why they are, of course, less honorable than, let's say, some regular Joe Blow that doesn't have access and is just looking at it objectively. That's not to say that they aren't consumers either. There's certainly a bunch of those out there that aren't getting the early access. But with the professional critics, you know that that's the case. So look at it like that. But I'm just here to report the news that Kamala Harris Khan has the best show ever. You just listened to a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake, which is live throughout the week at 12 p.m. Central on YouTube.com/YoungRipper59 and Odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. Be sure to check out my website, EricDJuly.com, so you can stay up to date with everything it is that I'm doing. You can also become a member and get access to a bunch of cool perks and exclusive content, which includes a social media hub where you can interact with myself and other members. It even has an app that you can get, which is now live in the Google and Apple stores.